Well, good afternoon to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. So, Saturday afternoon. Supposed to have been off work last night, so I didn't really sleep yesterday. But, yeah, ended up going to work. Going over to my sister's this afternoon, if I can get a hold of them, and they're still not doing anything. So, we're going to get a little shave in. So, I was supposed to have been off Friday, so I didn't, or last night, so I didn't shave. And they called me in with that no notice thing. So I didn't shave. So I got, plenty of old gray looking stuff to get shaved off. It's always fun to do. So I said, well, I got a lot of good old stubble there to shave, and it's far from, I've got a pretty heavy beard. So we're gonna break out an old MicroMatic, and this is one of the ones. Head to open here that does not have the little speed bumps inside, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's got 12 teeth going across there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 teeth, and we're going to use a treat blade. Got a couple of shaves on it. There we go. Put it in. We twist the top down, make sure everything's straight and behind the stops, and it is, and that's what we're going to use. So, if you remember here a while back, I took some of my Day Logic, which was from Rite Aid, that has now been bought out by Walgreens around here, and it's the, it's a knockoff of the old Skin Bracer, and I used that to scent some Modern Williams. So we're going to give that a try today. I think I've used it before. It did okay, but it's had time to sit now and do better. We're going to use a horsehair brush, because there's been some discussion on horsey hair brushes. And I'm going to use my horse brush. So I think that's what the plan is going to be for today, and we're going to see how it goes. Now there's been some discussion, again, as usual, on shaving brushes. And especially horse brushes, people talk about them tangling if you're not careful with them. And I've never had a brush tangle that I know of. I don't remember ever having a brush that was tangled. And I ran a comb through this one a few minutes ago just to see if maybe it was tangled, and I didn't notice it. It's my little Bylon here from Spain. And nope, no tangles. And I don't particularly take ginger care of mine. I mash them on my face. I mash them into the soap. I swirl them. I paint with them. When I go to dry them, I swirl them around on the towel to get them to dry. And like I said here a couple of videos ago or whatever, I just never had any problems with a brush tangling, be it badger, boar, horse, anything. So that's where I stand on the tangling thing. Don't think it's worth worrying with. Alrighty, so let's see what we get on the Day Logic, which is the knockoff of the Mini Skin Bracer, the Brisk scent. Let's see what we get as far as lather goes with that. Now this is the Modern Williams that we worked on, and start out with a damp brush. No need to start out with a really wet brush. Just start out with a damp brush. You're going to build you some paste on it. And then we're going to face lather, the way God intended. Yes, indeed. Alrighty, but that ought to be coming up on a pretty good amount of soap loaded in. Now, I put these in kind of little containers, so there's not a whole lot of room, but I've never seen where that really caused any problems either. Alright, let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, now it doesn't have a tremendous amount of scent. I was thinking I would maybe get a little more of the brisk scent out of it. I'm not getting there. And as you recall, I did one with Aquavella Ice Blue too. And again, even with that one, there's not a whole lot of scent there. So I'm thinking, it's probably not really that big a project. it does show how you can take Williams and grade it down and make it into where it fits into a puck or whatever, the cake or whatever you want. There's paintbrush here. As you notice, I'm doing some paint brushing. That's okay too. Dry my hands off a little bit. So, I mean, it's got some scent. It's pleasant, but I think the regular old scent of Williams is pretty pleasant on its own. The MicroMatics, run them flat. That's the way the instructions said to do it. You run them flat down against the skin. Matter of fact, you'll remember when they came out with the guided eye, they actually put a little eye on there to help guide you to run it flat. It's all marketing gimmicky. But anyway, hold it flat. Gives you a good angle. Don't got to worry about pressure, because this thing will slice just fine. When I was a younger shaver, I used to talk about how much of a beast the MicroMatic was. And once you learn good technique, it's really not. It's another razor. But the thing about a MicroMatic is, in my opinion, they will punish very hard for mistakes. But once you get to where you can run a MicroMatic around like you're shaving with a contour or something, then you know you're doing something. Right. And as you'll notice, it takes care of all that couple of days worth of growth there with no problem at all. Look under there. Boy, that's nice. Now the next question I get asked sometimes, if when we get to discussion about the MicroMatics, is does the ones that have the bumps shave differently with the modern blades from the ones that don't have the bumps? And of course that all had to do with the double-edged MicroMatic blades that didn't have a spine, they were flat. And I've never found those blades that were shaveable. They didn't pass time. Now as you notice, I went back and dipped the brush a little bit. Well, you couldn't really see it, but I went back and dipped the brush in the sink a little bit and got a little more water in it for the second pass here. That's legal. Completely legal. I went and checked the book to make sure. It is legal that as you're shaving, if you need a little more hydration, to go and dip the tips of the brush into the sink. Unless you're ordinary shaver, then you dip them into the cup or whatever you're using. I don't know. I can't figure that boy out. Oh, that's good coffee. Cafe Bustelo, by the way. All right, there we go. When you're face lathering, you can add water to adjust your lather. That's the most amazing thing you've ever heard. Keep your bowl for your soup. Alright, so here we're going to come across the grain. So the MicroMatics, you can pick these things up. And it is cheap as chips, as I've heard it called. They really are. And they're built like Russian tanks, as I said before. They just give great shaves. Either whether it's the MicroMatic or the MicroMatic Clog Proof or the Flying Wing or Guiding Eye, also known as the Bullet Tip, whichever one, they just really give great shaves. Go across that direction. We went from going this direction, we just hooked us a loop and went right back that direction. What do y'all think about that? It's maneuverable for a tank. Alright. That trimmed it nice. Well, let's get washed off here and see what we got today. I probably should have slept a few more hours, but that's okay. Go over and have supper with my sister and my brother-in-law. That'll make for a good evening. Heck, I might even run Snowball through the car wash. We'll see. I gotta run him through the vacuum. Y'all remember Teddy? Stayed with me. What was it? back around Christmas time, I guess it was, the little puppy Teddy. Teddy ain't a puppy no more. Well, he's still a puppy, but he done grown up. So Agent 00 Devin and I took Teddy to the vet the other day to get his booster shots. So the inside of Snowball, I let the back seat up, put a blanket down for him, but still the inside of Snowball looks like a fur bomb went off with him shedding. So it's starting to get hot here, and has been getting warm, and he was shedding. So first thing I got to do is get all the dog hair out. That's going to be an adventure. But anyway, Teddy's doing good if anybody's wondering about Teddy. So look at that. Got us a nice cleaned up shave. You can still feel some residual there from the Williams, believe it or not. And you'll notice I didn't have to fight with the Williams dissipating and all that garbage that people talk about. Nothing to it. Now some people say that after you take Williams and you take a cake of it and you grate it and push it into a shave stick or push it into a different container or whatever, and you go through all the process, that it lathers better. I don't know. I think it lathers fine to start with, but it's you know, as you notice, it definitely doesn't bother the lather to grate it into another container. Works just fine. Alright, time for a haircut almost too, ain't it? So there we go. All dressed up. I'm gonna come right back under this chin. Perfect. There we go. So that's what we got for a shave today with a MicroMatic. Now, I don't say, or used to, I would say, the open comb MicroMatic. A lot of people like to say MMOC, MicroMatic Open Comb, or OCMM, which is what I used to use. No need in it. Jim never referred to that as the Open Comb MicroMatic. It was simply the MicroMatic. And then after that, you had the MicroMatic Clog Proof, and you had the MicroMatic Flying Wing, or the Guiding Eye, depending on which one you had. Somebody pointed that out. Thank you, Toby. I think it was. And when I got to thinking about it, it was one of those things that make you go, yeah, all right. So, I don't do it. You say MicroMatic, that's what you're talking about. The original, the open comb, that's the MicroMatic. If you say clog proof, well, you're talking about the MicroMatic clog proof. So anyway, so on, so forth, furthermore. Yep, broke out the old Williams mug today since we were shaving with Williams. How you like it? Kind of making up for Wednesday because, yeah, I didn't do a Williams Wednesday this week. Miraculously, the world didn't stop spinning, and, you know, everything else that these climate change folks are yelling about. But anyway, that's slipping too far into politics. We're not going to do that. So y'all have a great day. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to drive from Baton Rouge to Lake Charles and go over and, you know, have some supper. I don't know exactly what we're going to go do. What's the fun in planning everything out? But anyway, we'll have to talk to y'all later. Have a great afternoon. And remember, don't worry so much about your brushes tangling. It's shaving, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not rocket scientists. Good technique trumps everything. All right, later. Happy shaves. What? You're still here? That could be because when I reached up for my dramatic end of the video, I actually missed the button. You know, these things happen. So let's try that again. All right. Happy shaves to you.